Hey, welcome back. We're here with a home building expert, Jamie. We just grew our team, and we are developing a different sector of our business. And she comes with 6 years of new construction. And so I wanted to have an interview with her to go over some helpful insights for you guys if you want to go down that path. So please welcome Jamie to the show. So I think what it's important that we should share with them is so what is new construction? Why is it gaining popularity, and what should people know about it?
Yeah.
Right?
So new construction is when you allow yourself to build your house from the ground up. Basically, most builders will allow you to pick a lot, or they have a selection of lots within subdivisions, and that would be the land that your home will be constructed on. You go through the entire process from start to finish. You pick all of your options, your selections. Depending on the builder, you can even customize your floor plan sometimes. So if you're someone who maybe has a family who needs specific rooms in their home, or you're just by yourself and you want a bigger closet, whatever it may be, you have the ability to customize a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for something that maybe you just haven't seen on the market, you could always turn to new construction and see if it can be built.
Okay. So I guess from a process perspective, right? I know you said you talk about plans, you talk about lots, all that stuff. So if I'm a client and I can't find anything on the market and I'm coming to you, Simply Sold, what's our first option? Are we researching builders? Are we checking the MLS for current lots that are available? What's the best first step in searching for that construction?
I would say the best first step, obviously find an agent, hopefully someone with a little bit of new construction background like we're talking about here, because they can guide you better than yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a world of builders out there. So narrowing it down, you would probably want to decide if you want to build on a piece of land or if you want to build in a subdivision.
Now, so when you say a piece of land versus subdivision, so let's go through that, land and subdivision. So I guess what are some pros and cons of going through with the land piece, and then some pros and cons of going through with a subdivision?
So it really is going to depend on what your needs are for your life ultimately. If you want to build on land, it's just a little bit more detailed because that usually comes with what we call a private builder. So a private builder is going to be someone that's going to be a little more detailed, a little less assembly line, and more,
What do you mean by assembly line?
So assembly line with bigger national builders who own subdivisions, they have processes, so they aren't as flexible per se.
Plans of plan A is this build with, you get these type of cabinets, granite, this type of flooring, great builder grade windows, all that stuff.
Yeah, and they might have great included features, but they may not be able to change those. So if you come to builder A and you want to build in a subdivision, this might be what you're working with.
Okay.
This set of rules and guidelines and colors and designs, that's what that builder A offers. If you're looking to customize and you have the means to do so, you can find a private builder who will, pick your slab of quartz with you from the vendor and do all of those things. So it really just depends. Builder B could take 2 years.
Okay.
You could take a long time and build the house of your dreams, of course, but some people don't have that time to wait.
Yeah.
So they could look into a subdivision where they're still getting a brand new house, but it could only take 6 to 8 months. Or it could even be ready to go because some builders build homes that are ready to go but have never been lived in.
Okay. And then I would say with that too, that a lot of people, I feel like they don't know, right? Where if you're buying, let's just say, a builder that's out there, Pulte, right? Everybody knows Pulte. So when you go and buy that plan A, B, C, or D, can people just get a regular conventional loan on that, or do they need to get a new construction loan? And can you expound on new construction loan versus regular conventional loan in the new construction?
That's a great question. So with, again, more national builders who have a bit of a better process down pat, they will usually go with standard financing, which means you can obtain a conventional loan, a jumbo loan, an FHA loan, a VA loan even, depending on the price of your property. those are again going to be more limited on what you can choose. So they're going to have more set prices for you. So really, once you go in, you can kind of get that ballpark of pricing with those more national builders.
Okay.
With a private builder, you're going to have to do a lot more digging. So with a new construction loan, which would be Builder B, who is a little more customized, they might require you to buy the land up front. And what I mean by that is with a larger builder like Pulte, they can allow you to pick your subdivision lot and say, okay, I want lot 100. And then they can wrap that cost, let's say it's $40,000 for a lot. They can take that cost and they can add it to your house. So at the end of the day, your conventional loan is your land and your home.
Okay.
With a private builder, it's a little bit different. So with a private builder, you're likely going to purchase that land first.
Yep.
Not all the builders in Michigan, but most
Yep.
will want you to obtain your land so that they can just start building.
Yep.
They don't want to have to deal with any extra monetary things added to it. You may find a couple private builders, especially in our area, that would be willing to finance that piece of land for you,
Yep.
but it's still going to go into a new construction loan.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, a quick little story. Like we had a client that they had to purchase the land first, then they had to get a new construction loan on. They came up with a list of all the stuff that it was going to take to build the home, right? And that totaled X amount of dollars. Now, with that being said, anything outside that amount, right? You're coming out of pocket, right? So if you say, they're allotting $7,500 towards a quartz countertop in your kitchen, but it actually costs 10, you're paying an additional $2,500 on top. And I feel like that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that when you're allotted, let's just say for a new construction home, it's roughly $400,000, right? To get a decent sized new construction. And if you're going with a private builder, I feel like you have all these lists of things, but when you go through the process, if you don't have somebody that's an expert, Jamie, if you don't have somebody that's an expert to say, hey, we got to think about X, Y, and Z, you're going to probably come out of pocket 10 to 15% more than what you actually think. And I think that's why you need to talk to us, because we think about that stuff for you guys, and it's just important, right? We're your counselors, we're your experts in anything real estate. So that's why we're here. That's why we're sharing that information. So thank you so much. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us, guys. And to all of our viewers, obviously, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your trust and support in everything real estate related. We are Simply Sold, real estate made simple. Catch you on the next one.